Hi, my name is Jayla, and according to my Christian worldviews, my definition of psychopathology is the study, nature, the study of the nature, development, and treatment of psychological disorders. So when it comes to just how everything is viewed in both secular and biblical worldviews, they normally look at the person as a monster who's demon possessed. This was what happened in like the early days of the church and the secular world. They viewed the person who had schizophrenia, bipolar, any extreme abnormality. They were viewed as monsters, demon possessed. They weren't human, and it was like a scripture in Mark 5 where they were talking about this man who was he was demon possessed, but he was also like cutting himself. He was violent. No one could go past him without being hurt. And he lived in a cemetery. He was outside. And then that was the biblical worldview, but also like throughout history, that's within the text here of Kring and Johnson. They isolated the people. They placed them in asylums where they treated them like animals. They tied them up. They chained them. They treated them like animals. And it wasn't until Pinel later on where he realized that treating them as animals didn't help them. So he began treating them per help from his, previous client. He started treating them with compassion and treating them with kindness, like human beings, and their mood and their issues with mental health drastically improved. And biblically, the worldview of an abnormality or mental health that kind of deviates from the norm is that it provides an opportunity to display the power of God at work. And this was all displayed in John chapter 9. And normally this kind of resulted in an exorcism. And I can say even in the Bible with Elijah, when he was depressed, it was something as simple as, hey, get up out of your spot where you've been in the cave and go eat, like take a nap, go eat, get up, so it was just those two things where it was like, hey, these are different responses, because even when Elijah got up and did all these things, God's power was still made manifest because God spoke to him after. And in the secular arena, the thing that really helps a client get better as far as the modality in psychopathology to improve the psychopathology of psychological disorders is the different modalities of CBT, of psychoanalytic theory, of Gestalt theory, of Adlerian theory. Like all of those were made to show the client support, treat them like they matter, and help improve their mental health. And yeah, and this kind of help integrated secular in the secular arena, treating them like a person helps reintegrate them into society to where they are productive members of society. Biblical, I don't really know yet. But yeah, it really went from a history of isolation and dehumanizing them to integrating them into our society and teaching them basic ways to live life again and treating them as people who are worthy of respect.